Hey everyone, Wolf Lord Rho here. Before I begin today, a big thank you to Tom for the virtual gift voucher. Huge thank you my friend for the support, it is truly appreciated, thank you. But on to today. Today we take a look at the rumours of the Cadian range getting a refresh, and take the opportunity to talk about the future of the Guard. And make sure to stick around until the end for a glimpse of the next week's special to come. But with that said, let's just jump straight in. Okay, so the rumours of the Astra Militarum updates have been coming and going for a long time now. And with them recently resurfacing once again, I thought it's worth a discussion. Now obviously rumours are just that, so we certainly can't take it as fact. However, the rumours this time say the Cadians are getting redone. They'll have more of a veteran, weather-beaten look, with greater focus on individuals. Now, the Cadians getting some attention does make sense, because let's be honest here, Cadia doesn't even exist anymore, having fallen to the hands of Abaddon the Despoiler, the War Master of Chaos, in his 13th Black Crusade. Now yes, of course there's still Cadians out there, but giving them a more, as it's said, veteran weather-beaten look does make perfect sense. The Cadians were supposed to be the cream of the crop of guardsmen, and this was long before the fall of Cadia came about. The life of hardship and warfare they constantly led, with Cadia constantly under siege by the ruinous powers, the gateway from the Eye of Terror, led to them being raised on a world where you learnt to shoot as naturally as others learnt to walk. The Cadians always should look a breed apart. I mean really, it's a bit of a knock for them to be used as standard Imperial Guardsmen. What my big hope is for the new Guardsman set to give two options. First, assembled as your standard Astra Militarum Guardsman. Pretty much just your model's updated version of the Cadian squad that was, which with the quality of the sculpts we get today, will no doubt look awesome by themselves. But then importantly, there should be the alternative option of the Cadian squad, the Cadian veterans. Finally giving the Cadians that bit of unique character they deserve. From a tabletop perspective, they could of course still be a troop choice, but just a little more expensive than your standard trooper, which of course would match the lore stories too, of the Cadians being much more well drilled than your standard recruiting world. I really think it would be a crying shame if the Cadians get a more unique veteran upgraded look, only to then still be kept as the base standard Astra Militarum trooper. Now I don't think this would happen, I really expect to see two customizable options, but of course you never know. And well, this leads me on to the other Militarum worlds, and my hopes and yes, probably dreams. One of the biggest reasons I fell in love with the Imperial Guard back in the day was all the different regiments you could choose from. That 2nd edition Imperial Guard Codex was just an absolute dream. You had the Talan Desert Raiders, the Valhallan Ice Warriors, and the Mordian Guard, and yes, of course, the ones who have survived to this day with the Cadians, the Catachans. Now if you've been a subscriber for a while, you will know I've been wishing for a Catachan troop model upgrade for ages now, especially with those amazing character models we've been getting released. The gulf between them is crazy, and honestly, I think the Cadian troops have aged a lot better than the Catachans, and I do think we'll get them at some point. I really don't see why not if the Catachan characters keep coming. Those troops just have to be given some love soon. But back to the real dream. My dream is a return of all the old guys who are still in the lore, just not represented on the tabletop. The Tallarn, the Valhallans, etc, etc. I know once in a while they come up as made to order, and that is absolutely great. To still be able to get your hands on some classic models is nothing but good. The Valhallans came up not too long ago, and if the Tallarn comes up anytime soon, I will be very tempted. But, and there is a but, when they are placed aside the current day models, there's really just no comparison. And it's a personal thing for me, but the difference in scale is one of my biggest personal pet peeves. I really wish we see a return of the regiments of old in a new updated form. Bring back some of that difference of character across the Militarum. And yes, Forge World, I hear you cry. I know you can still get some regiments on there, but I really want to see a return to the main line. The units that were back in the 2nd edition codex, but are no longer. I understand they may have been removed to simply reduce the amount of models in the line, but now the sheer volume of models has gone through the roof. Would an extra troop squad, command squad and heavy weapon unit? I mean, you really wouldn't need more than that, because obviously the vehicles can be used regardless of the regiment. You just paint them to whatever scheme you wish. And yes, you would have to times it by 3, I know. And I'm admitting this is just a completely selfish wish to hopefully one day fulfill that childhood dream of having a Tallarn Desert Raiders force. But I honestly do think it would be a great addition to the character of the Militarum range. And just seeing how good the reimagined Necromunda gangs have been, to which I've now got 4 in my personal collection, I'm sure the updated regiments would be equally as awesome, if not more so. But oh well, a man can wish. And I'll admit the Rough Riders were always a bit of an out of place unit in the 40k battlefield, so I am not calling for them to return too. Either way, the possible updates to the Cadians is a really good thing as far as I'm concerned, which hopefully, like I said, can finally set them apart from the standard Astra Militarum trooper. We'll just have to wait and see. Fingers crossed. But as always guys, what do you think? Do you think it's about time the Cadians need to be set apart from your standard Militarum trooper? Or as far as you're concerned, it doesn't really make a difference? Would you, like me, like to see the old regiments make a return? Or before the Cadians get some love, do you think the Catachans need to be first? As always, leave your thoughts in the comments below, I love to read them. Huge thank you to all my subscribers, your support truly means a lot to me, it really does. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. And if you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too. But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again real soon.